And there's another thing, United look like they've had enough of teams pulling their pants down and charging extra for each and every player. In fact, I would argue that United have actually gone the other way around. They've actually started doing better deals. They've actually started getting bargains. Man United yesterday signed one of the best strikers in the world. He is sought after by many clubs across Europe, but United got him to put pen to paper. His name is Marcus Rashford. Yes, this single move could be one of the most important moves United have made this summer. Getting Marcus Rashford to sign a 5-year contract means Man United can keep one of the most exciting young players in the world right now. Many outside England liken him to Mbappe, and the fact that PSG have been after Rashford for years and were heavily linked to him this summer, given that Mbappe looks like he's off to Real Madrid, is a huge positive for Manchester United. He's reportedly going to get £365,000 per week on this contract, and given the money Saudi are throwing around right now, the 365k for Marcus Rashford is next to nothing. You have to also remember that footballers, like any other person that works in the UK, have to pay tax on their income. Whereas in the Middle East, the footballers get to keep all their money. So Marcus Rashford signing a further extension for his contract at Manchester United says a lot. He could have gone anywhere in the world, but he's chosen to stay at Manchester United and extend his contract, and it's a huge positive. Marcus Rashford is really happy at Man United and what Ten Hag is doing. He can see that Man United are going places, and there's lots that's going to change under Ten Hag, and he wants to be on that journey. I've heard from sources that Rashford had multiple options this summer, but he's chosen to stay on at United. Like I said, for United this is huge news, and Ten Hag can continue to build his team further. Talking about building his team, I'm hearing Onana is due in Manchester today for his long-awaited medical, and then later this week, possibly Friday, he'll be announced to the world as the new Manchester United #1 goalkeeper. What a signing. And I'm hearing that the fee that they've paid is next to nothing compared to the numbers that we were hearing about earlier on this week or last week about the 60 million. It's nowhere near 60 million, and that tells you that United are playing hardball. Fantastic. I cannot remember ever being this excited about a goalkeeper signing, but that's because Onana doesn't feel like a goalkeeper. He feels like an outfield player. It will be amazing to see a new goalkeeper for United. For so many years we've been watching De Gea in goal for United that it's going to be weird and hard to imagine anybody else at Manchester United. That reminds me, I'm totally bowled over by the number of subs and the growth of this channel. It's so crazy. Thanks for all your support and comments. Really, I appreciate every single one of you. Let me know what you think of Onana. Do you think that he is going to be a huge improvement on De Gea, or do you think we should have just held on to De Gea? Don't be shy. Hit them comments below and let me know. Have your say as a Manchester United fan on what's going on. Yesterday, after my show covering how Man United were going to go after Rasmus Hojlund, there was breaking news flying around all over social media that Man United were really close on agreeing a fee with Atlanta for Hojlund, and that this deal could be done by end of this week. Now, let's calm down, people. I do not think we're going to get the deal done by end of the week. We're getting carried away. I've been reporting for weeks that Man United have already agreed personal terms with Rasmus Hojlund, and it was just Atlanta that were the problem that needed sorting out. We needed them to negotiate with us and sit down on the table, but then we started hearing these stupid rumours. They wanted a fee of over £80 million for him. As I said yesterday, United are in a strong position to get hold of Hojlund. With Ten Hag having already spoken to him and tapped him up, Hojlund wishing to come to United, and Atlanta needing the money, all the stars are aligning. My sources are saying that it'll be very unlikely that United will seal the deal with Hojlund by the end of the week, but they are saying that the initial rumours that Atlanta are slapping a huge price tag of over 80 million on Hojlund are completely untrue and off the mark somewhat. Atlanta are keen to sell, and that makes things a lot more easier for United. Let's get this right. United are on a roll, and they don't look like they're going to let up anytime soon. United's team for negotiations and closing deals for players is doing a top job. Ten Hag is the one who initially is speaking to the players and outlining his vision for the future and the club. Then the players signal that they want to join, and then United will make a formal approach to the clubs for these players. I like this new way of doing things a lot. And there's another thing, United look like they've had enough of teams pulling their pants down and charging extra for each and every player. In fact, I would argue that United have actually gone the other way around. They've actually started doing better deals. They've actually started getting bargains. Mount, I'm hearing from a lot of sources within Chelsea that they're really unhappy at the fee that Mount has been sold for, and in fact they didn't want Mount to be sold full stop to United. A lot of people at Chelsea believe that Mount is an exceptional talent, and this is a bad move by Chelsea. I think going forward, we'll look back at this deal with Mount and think he was a bargain at what we've paid for him. So let's wait and see. Let's hope that he does do wonders at Man United. And then Onana, again, United played hardball. They refused to get ripped off by Inter and stuck to their original offer. The details now emerging of the exact payment terms are incredible. United got Onana on the cheap, in my opinion. People have been saying that anything under 60 million for Onana is very cheap, and we must remember that United were negotiating whilst having their #1 goalkeeper come out and leave Manchester United on Twitter. So United had no leverage in the negotiations, but yet they stuck to their guns and they still got Onana at a price that is reasonable. Judging on the last two signings, I can see United really going hard on these players and making sure that they're getting a decent price for these players and not getting ripped off, which is a huge plus sign. So things are looking really good for the transfer window this summer, which is something that I did not expect from United this summer. With the whole takeover saga still up in the air, it looked like the club was going to go into a complete meltdown and screw the whole transfer window. But with Ten Hag and the team in charge of getting the players in, they've remained focused on the job in hand and have done an excellent job so far. The other good news I'm hearing is that players on our transfer list out have started getting picked off. I'm hearing Alex Telles is very close to signing for Saudi team Al Nassr, but I'm yet to hear what the fee is for Alex Telles, but I'm hearing that it's not a bad fee. Our track record in the last 10 years on selling players has been awful, so let's wait and see what we're going to get for these players. There's also talk of Harry Maguire leaving. There are clubs talking up the possibility of signing Harry Maguire. I cannot confirm if this is the case, as I've had no sources confirm to me that clubs are making moves for Harry Maguire. I think in Maguire's case, clubs might be assessing each other, waiting for one club to make the move before they make their move. I think Harry Maguire will go near the end of the transfer window, however. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a lot happier about Man United's transfer window and the players that they've brought in and they're thinking of buying in. It's been fantastic. I'm really happy. From the start of the transfer window, when I was really down in the dumps thinking they're not going to sign anybody this summer, it has been very good so far. They've made some huge signings, and I think there's lots more to come. If they can get in a couple more players, I would be over the moon. The only thing left by the end of the transfer window is to hear news that the Glazers have sold Manchester United and are off on their way. That is the news that everyone is waiting for, and that will be the biggest transfer of this summer window. If that actually happens, that will break the internet. One thing we must all remember is not to let the signings and transfer window distract us from the bigger picture, which is the Glazers and United. We cannot allow another year where the Glazers paper over the crack with new signings. We all start talking about new players and what they're going to do and how the tactics are going to work and what's going to happen in the season coming, because that's what we do. We are fans. We enjoy the game of football. We don't want to be talking about the ownership issues because that's not our favourite topic, but we have to acknowledge that if this issue is not sorted out, it'll just keep getting worse. United still remain in debt, and the debt slowly keeps increasing. Not only does United debt continue to increase, the other clubs around them continue to grow and progress, both on the pitch in football terms and off the pitch in commercial terms. Other clubs are becoming bigger and better, and we cannot hold on to the fact that United are a massive club commercially for long. It is going to run out. Sooner or later, we're going to run out of that pulling power. There will come a point where companies and people will start giving contracts to City and Newcastle rather than Manchester United, because we will not be the club that we are right now. In terms of the takeover, there's nothing coming out of United or other sources about the takeover. The bidders, Sheikh Yassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, remain completely in the dark. It's a real shame that the Glazers are leaving us with this legacy, but what did we expect? We'd love to know what you fans think about this whole takeover. What do you think? Are you happy with what's going on? Are you not happy? Let us know your comments below and smash that like button. I'm hoping that we'll get something from United about the sale, but it looks highly unlikely that it'll be anytime soon or before the season starts. I'm also being told by sources that the news itself will come from Manchester United's own press office. The Glazers will communicate the decision to the press office, and the press office at Manchester United will release a statement. So right now we have no information where the takeover process is standing. No one knows whether there's a preferred bidder, no one knows how long there is left to the process, and no one knows even if the Glazers want to sell. What we all know is that there have been two bidders. Both bidders have made their bid and have not had response from the Glazers or the Rain Group. But I'm hearing rumours that if the Glazers right now were to choose a preferred bidder, it would be Sir Jim Ratcliffe. The reasons being is that number one, he values the club at a higher valuation than Sheikh Yassim, and secondly, he will allow the Glazers to remain at the club. Let's wait and see what happens. Hopefully we get some news on the takeover very soon. Please hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.